Hey guys, Sometime Kev here in Poppy's kitchen today, and we're gonna make two meals in 30 minutes or less, and both of these are delicious meals. One of them is a teriyaki chicken bowl, and the second one is gonna be boneless wings for tailgating or snack time. Easy recipes. Come with me right now. Let's go knock these out. You know, I got a couple of things that inspire me when I'm cooking. Number one is I love food, and I love good food. Now the second thing is a lot of my recipes and a lot of my cooking that I do personally are because I've had a bad experience buying something that I love, or feeling like I got ripped off because I got a little tiny portion and they charged me $16 for 2 ounces of food, whatever the case may be. So this one is I went into a local grocery store and I got a bowl, and a teriyaki bowl, and they made it okay, but when I ate it, I wasn't that satisfied. It just wasn't. It's not that it wasn't enough food. It was plenty of food. It just wasn't what I expected to eat. And another place that's in my area called Teriyaki Madness, they're so inconsistent. So I decided I just make it myself. Sometimes it's just easier, and sometimes it's healthier, and sometimes it's way cheaper, and it's much better. So that's kind of how this one got inspired. All right, you guys. So it doesn't take exact measurements. It's about 3/4 flour and 1/4 cornstarch, plus or minus a little. It doesn't really matter that much. Just mix it up real good, and then go ahead and do some spices in there. I did salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and then I poured in a little milk. Now you don't have to use milk; you can use water. Just make sure you stir your spices up before you put your water or your milk in. That way you get those spices mixed in with your flour and your cornstarch. And you can put a little baking soda if you want to, like a tablespoon of that. Then take your cubed up chicken. So you saw I cubed those up like in little squares, 1-inch squares. Think about going in your mouth. Do you want a huge bite of chicken, or do you want a nice portion of chicken in your mouth without, in case you want to put the broccoli in your mouth too, and your noodle in your mouth at the same time. So don't cut them huge. Don't cut them like a dice. Unless you want them like a dice. And then the slather, just pour them over all of your cubed up chickens like I did, and then air fry them for about anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes, usually 13-14 minutes at 325. They're going to get cooked perfectly on the inside, and they're going to be nice and crispy on the outside. Just kind of watch the brownness of them, and then if you don't trust the temperature that inside, you'll check them with the thermometer. But after 13-14 minutes at 325, they're going to be done because they're very small, and the air fryers cook way faster than your oven. Make sure you squirt some olive oil or some sort of grease in the bottom of your air fryer so they don't stick too bad. So it just turns out, since I had so much chicken, and this literally is just one chicken breast, one huge breast, I guess. So I decided to go ahead and make 2 meals out of this. So I took the cubed chicken that was drenched in the batter that I made, and then I just I put it in a baggie with some cornflake crumbs. Now I love cooking with cornflake crumbs. They're very inexpensive. They go a long way, and they make the most amazing crunch. So I did those, and then I sauced those, and I just made them like boneless wings, and they were just amazing. You can see how they turned out in just a second. It's easy. So I got 2 meals out of 1 chicken breast, and it took me literally less than 15 minutes to make them both, and they taste better than store-bought, and probably a lot cheaper too. All right, here we go. Let's get this going. So in this bowl, you could use rice, you can use noodles. I'm gonna use a rice noodle on this one. These are very good. They don't take very long to cook, and they're just very tender, they're light, and they'll be perfect for the teriyaki noodle bowl. All right, so out come the chicken for the bowl, and then go the noodles. And then also I'm going to make the sauce real quick. So I'm going to put some teriyaki sauce. It's very teriyaki, as a matter of fact. And then I'm going to add a little soy sauce, and I'm going to add a little fish sauce in there. This is where you can spice it up. You can put so you can use red pepper to heat that up, or you can use sriracha or a chili sauce, or you can just put regular old Frank's hot sauce in there to heat that up. Put it in your sauce, mix it up real good, and heat it up. That's going to be a key too. And then now let me show you what that chicken looks like. Oh, perfect. Now a little bit more oil into the fryer so nothing sticks, and in go the boneless chicken nuggets or boneless chicken wings, whatever you want to call them, and they're going to be crispy. So I'll put them in at 10 minutes at 380, and I'll check them after 10 minutes, maybe do 2 more minutes if they need. You can see I also dropped a dollop of butter in the sauce, but you don't have to do that. Just no big deal on that. Put it in, put it out, doesn't matter. I just like it in there. And so now let's go get those vegetables ready, because that chicken is cooled off enough where it's not going to burn my mouth, and I am really getting hungry. So I'm going to chop up some broccoli. And I'm going to chop up some scallions or some green onions, just the tops, and I'm going to go in a little bit into the white, and then I'm going to shred some carrot on there, and I'm going to mix all that together, and then pour my teriyaki sauce on it, and I'm about to eat. Oh yeah, don't forget the sesame seeds on top. That's perfect. The chicken is tender with a little bit of crunch on the outside. The spices were good. The noodles are good. Such a delicious, easy teriyaki bowl. And like I said, I'd use rice noodles, but you can use any kind of noodle, any kind of rice. I just happen to really like the rice noodles. They're also gluten-free. All right, let's get this second one done. And both of these recipes came from one giant chicken breast. All the chicken breasts are huge now. You've seen them. I know you have. They're ginormous. So I made 2 recipes out of it. The teriyaki bowl, fantastic. It was so good. And so this was made off that same chicken. Used the same breading that I just made, and put them in the air fryer about 380 for 10 or 12 minutes, something like that. They're kind of small, so it doesn't take very long. Air fryers cook fast. I already told you that. So make sure that you don't overcook them. Took them out. I made the sauce up. I used a hot sauce. I used a pepper sauce to kind of spice it up a little bit, and then I used a brown sugar to sweeten it up, and heated that up. You got to heat that stuff up. And then I pulled out the chicken when it was done nice and crispy and white. I showed you a picture of that, and then I just poured the sauce on top of it, and I shook them in a bowl a little bit, and I poured them out. And celery, carrots, and then those boneless chicken wings or boneless chicken bites, and a nice Cool Ranch. That is still crispy. The sauce I made was perfect. It's a hot and sweet sauce. And then that Cool Ranch. And it was easy. All of this within less than 30 minutes. Oh, those are good. I'll see you guys on the next one. This is Sometime Kev. You're watching delicious, feel-good foods and recipes on YouTube.